So hi, welcome back to another video. I just want to start off this video by saying thank you so much for the support I got on my latest video. I apologize for how long it is, but I feel like I helped a couple of people out with my personal experience with owning animals as someone who is on the spectrum. So I just want to say thank you to the fact that I even gained like about 5 new subscribers just over that video is crazy. So thank you for everyone who liked, who commented, and obviously welcome to new people that have joined. Thank you so much for the support. So yeah, I just want to get back in my routine of uploading the weekends. I am doing this fairly late, well not fairly late, nearly 10 o'clock Saturday night, and I'm working tomorrow. I was hoping to do it a lot earlier, but a lot of things happened, so I had no time to try and make one. So this is meant to be a short video, so I'll definitely make sure it is. So yeah, so I went to my place of work 2 days ago. I think it's been 2 days ago or a day ago. I can't remember exactly. But I was meaning to get a couple of bits for my animals. So I'm not sure if it's a well-known brand, but Wellness Core, I wish I had it here in front of me, but I put it away. I have my dog Gus on Wellness Core. It's completely grain-free and very high in meat. And it is more on the pricier side of things, but it's so worth it. He would have a very dodgy gut, so it's a really good food. So I just got a bag of that for my cat as well. She's not a fussy eater, but I like spoiling my animals for their best diet. So I got her some really good Wellness Core dry food and wet food. Did work out a bit expensive, but it was well worth it. I got, I think, a 10-liter bag of aspen shavings for Bear. I got some willow sticks. I'm gonna show you them now to you. I have nothing else to show, but I can show you the willow sticks. So this is my little willow stick bundle. There's one missing because it's in with him at the minute. He's not really shown a major amount of interest, but I mean, his enclosure is scattered with chew toys, from Whimsies to more wooden toys to I think a seagrass carrot kind of toy. There's loads in there, so just another little thing if he has an interest in it. He probably will eventually. So I got them. Went over to the reptile section and I got a bag of turtle stones that you would put like in the aquarium. So I got them for his nails. I know I could have got them free out in my garden, but I actually don't really have big enough stones. They're more like little pebbles. So I'll show them in a second. I have most of them in their bag out in the shed for storage along with the shavings. And I went into the toy shop beside my place of work where I got the big 15 kg bag of play sand. That's all out in the shed. I just have a small bag of spare shavings and the remaining of the sand up here in my room where it's just a bit smaller and it's easier to kind of use. So yeah, I kind of put up a good handful of the stones just to put them in, and the past 2 nights he's been actively moving them and dragging them around. They're in his big large sand area. I can't even say bath because he doesn't have like a container for it. It's just one big area. Yes, he mainly toilets in it, and Syrians don't tend to bathe a lot like robo hamsters and all would do, but I've so much sand and I love the look of it. So that's that, along with getting, I believe, my dog a new toy. He loves cuddly toys, and I got him a new bag of treats. So that's, I think, most of what I got, I believe. I hope so. So yeah, I thought I was hoping to actually show the haul, but as always, I'm just very organized and put things away. So yeah, at least I can show this. We do have a new brand in the shop, so that's one brand we have in. Bees Teas. They look very natural and stuff, which is really nice. I've seen some of their products in the shop, especially for the small animals, and I'm fairly impressed. They still did a mineral lick. How frustrating, but look, it is what it is. I do my best to recommend customers away from unsuitable things. I do not sell any of our cages in the shop. I'd recommend large storage bins, DIY cages. We do have a wooden Trixie enclosure on our website that's 100 by 50 centimeter. So it is on the pricier side, but I do try to recommend that too. Because at the end of the day, it is my job to make a sale. So that's somewhere that I can jump on that wagon because it is a very suitable enclosure. Just wouldn't be great for gerbils and things like that because they would probably chew through it and escape. But yeah, I guess the major update would definitely be, I believe, Tuesday when I was in work. Um, some customer walked in unknowns to any of us, went to the rabbit pen, which ours at the minute are empty because there's no rabbits breeding at the minute because of it's early in the season. It's quite cold out, and they dropped their hamster off and walked out. No one knowing. No one. Didn't tell anyone. I don't know how, but I have a habit of looking like my place is a small animal. It always is. We have other animals, but it's just my spot that I always look into, and I'm always the one maintaining it. So I always like look at it and make sure it's okay. And I just remember looking into the rabbit pen, one of them anyway, and in the bowl that would have been for like the rabbit food was just a brown Syrian looking back at me, like a lovely chocolate brown Syrian, and I was like, "You're not meant to be there." I had a bit of a panic for like 5 minutes, like worrying that I left one of their cages open and it escaped. But it still wouldn't have made sense how it climbed itself into the big large rabbit pen anyway. And the two Syrians we did have left, I know their colours and I know what they look like, and this wasn't it. This we had four at one point, and obviously two were sold meantime, so we have two left. And this brown one was the very, very first one we actually sold a couple of weeks back. It was a gorgeous hamster. I'm not surprised he was bought. But they forgot that they signed a cert when taking him home. They signed papers when taking him home. So I was able to track down who the person was, their name. My manager the next day then rang them. So just look, we take animals back when they were returned to us, but dropping them and running, that's what the issue was. That's not okay. He looks healthy enough. He's on a week quarantine. Looking back, they only had him 9 days. I wasn't there the day he was sold. I just have a small feeling he was in a very small, unsuitable enclosure. I would love to bring him home. I would love to. We are thinking of selling him for a little less since now he's technically for adoption more than sale because we already sold him. So he won't be available until this coming Wednesday, which will be the week. And yeah, I'm in that day, so I'll be able to really make sure kind of what goes on, and if someone is interested to really be strict. But there is a very, very small part of me that's like, I just don't want this to happen to him again. It could happen to any of the rest of our animals, and it probably has been done. For me, this was a first. But the fact that the poor little fella just got dropped in broad daylight when it's meant to be asleep in a large rabbit pen, very, very open, and our lights are very bright in the shop. I feel awful. I'm hoping it was that same day he got dropped off. I'm hoping I really don't want to think that he was there a day before, 2 days before that. Again, I really hope not. I hope he was dropped that same day because he could have easily hit himself. He definitely went straight for the food when I put him back in. I made sure he did good sand baths. I made sure the bedding is always really, really high on them anyway. And I know there was 2 other Syrians, but I did bring in a whimsy treat just for him because I felt bad. um, so yeah, there obviously is a part of me, obviously, that's always going to be like, I just want to bring him home so it doesn't happen to him again. But I know that's not like reasonable and feasible and all that reasons. You probably all going to be like, bring him home. But yeah, that it it upsetted me. Now, in fairness, I was done at 6, and I think this happened around, well, I noticed him around like 3:30, so it didn't ruin my whole day, thankfully. But the remaining of the shift, I just could not get over it. I kept mentioning it multiple times to my colleagues, like I just could not get over it. So yeah, very, very upsetting. But yeah, I'm back in tomorrow. I'm obviously going to go straight to him and check on him. And that's basically really the update. This was more just kind of talking about the few bits I bought. And obviously this situation, which sadly happens so much, mainly to rescues, which is so sad. But in my case, it happened to our shop. Like I said, we've taken back animals. We have turtles that been returned a year ago, or they've had them a year. We've got them back a few months ago. We're trying to sell them. People just want the babies when I'm like, they're going to look like this in a year's time. So like, these guys also are more tameable right now than the babies. So, so it is upsetting, but usually everyone's very genuine and been like, look, I'm so sorry, situations have changed. Can you take them back? And we accept them. This was different because they never went up to us. They just dropped and ran. So that's really it. I'm going to I believe it's only around 10 o'clock now. Bear usually comes out at 12, but he's lately been coming out at around 11. He's going out that little bit hour, like a little bit like the hour earlier, which is great. He wants to be out more often. I'm getting used to taming him and holding him. I'm still not comfortable to scoop him up. I have one of those fleecy little hides, which you're not meant to have them in their enclosure 24/7. I don't. It's supervised playtime I do with him with it, or else at the moment, I use it and he gets into it and I can lift him and transport him to his playpen. That's kind of how I'm doing at the minute, so I'm not basically holding him. I'm still a bit nervous. But I know last night what I did, he just gets into the house straight away. It's like he knew, like he knows it's time to explore somewhere new. And I just turn it around. I have my hand right underneath it and I lower it down so it's a little, a little bit close to where his bedding is. I make sure it's a soft landing that if he was to fall. And then he chooses himself then to climb onto my hand to then get off. Took about 3 tries of putting one foot down on me, and he was like, this feels really weird. And then the 4th time, he actually fully landed on my hand and he climbed off me. So that's my plan to try do every night. It's a slower process and just going over and scooping him up, which I heard is what you're meant to do. I don't want to upset our bond. So that's kind of the way I'm doing it. If it works, it works. I don't know. I think it should. I think it's the same thing. It's just maybe it'll take longer. I don't know. But I'm just giving him the chance to decide when he's ready to get in my hand, rather than coming up to him and just scooping him up when he doesn't expect it. So just in case anyone wants little tips, this, like I said, I have a Syrian hamster, so I'm not sure about dwarf hamsters, whether you're better off going over and scooping them up really quick, because they are very quick. But for the likes of a Syrian, this is what I'm doing, because like I said, I did get bit recently enough by him. That was totally my fault. He was only new to his whole setup and to me, and I quickly picked him up when he wasn't expecting it and he turned around and bit me. That's so fair. But I'm like, I don't want us to go backwards. So that's what I'm experimenting. So I'll show a little clip when he's up. Should be soon. But yeah, I just want to keep this short and simple, hopefully. And yeah, hope you don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.